Hey friends, thanks for clicking on this video and joining in on what is a response or a reaching out to Blackie Thomas on his channel. He put up a video several months ago. It's a master class on the 1858 Remington, and he features his sheriff's model. Okay. And it's an excellent video, like all of his videos. They're excellent, they're very informative, and you can learn an awful lot from that man's channel. But I do kind of want to make something clear, something known. When he was going through his master class, he made a comment and demonstrated that this pin right here that holds the cylinder place does not come out. Now 4 years ago I put up a video on this channel how you can easily remove this pin, okay? And whether Blackie Thomas knows that at this point in time, I don't know, because I don't know when he actually did the original recording of that masterclass video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how easily this pin can be removed. Okay, and yes, it is loaded. I'm going to be doing a video on this here in a couple more months, because this cylinder will have been loaded 3 years with 777, and I want to see if I can't get some numbers across a chronograph. A year ago I had done another cylinder that was loaded for 2 years, and I couldn't get any good numbers across my chronograph. Okay, so once you get the cylinder out, you have to remove the loading lever. Give me a moment here. Okay, loading lever is removed. And typically the pin stops right at the latch for the lever catch. Okay, now watch this. I got to work with it just a little bit, and it'll drop right out. Okay, it installs a little bit easier than it does come out, because I'm not having to clear the front edge of the latch. See, it came out pretty easy that time. Okay. And like I said, I demonstrated 4 years ago just how easy this is to accomplish. Now the reason why I did what I did is because it was a previous video that I watched from a young fella that actually cut the cylinder pin in half, bought a new one, and what he showed was removing some of the metal on the top edge of the pin here, so that you could clear that front latch. Okay, so what I did is I started looking at this much closer and realized on the inside of where the latch sets, the edges are square. Okay, so if you look at it real close, you're looking at something that's absolutely square. So what I did, with the pin in place, obviously, because I didn't have to replace the pin, but with the pin in place, let me get that back in. Oops, I got it upside down. With the pin in place and pulled forward as far as it would go, I took a piece of 200 grit sandpaper and I put it on the inside. Let me see if I can get a little closer here. I'm working backwards. Being left-handed, this is not conducive. But I'll turn the gun around. Okay, and I put the sandpaper right there, and I just went back and forth, 220 grit, and I rounded the inside of where that pin rides. Okay, so I worked at it a little bit, both sides, because I could see from looking at how it was machined that all that pin needed to do was just have enough room to drop which is what it's doing, because rounding the inside is allowing it to drop. See if you can kind of see. Let me get out to the latch. See, you can see it dropped. And as you can see, I could probably go a little bit more with it, but I'm not going to, because it does come out. I just have to work it just a little bit and it drops right out. So if you have one of these revolvers and you do want to remove that pin, this is an easy way to do it. And if Blackie Thomas hasn't already done it, and again, I have no way of contacting him. I'm not on social media. I'm not on anybody's Facebook. The only thing I do is right here. And in order for me to go leave comments on underneath anybody's video, I've got to go to the computer, because I watch all my videos through my PlayStation. And I don't leave comments. But I'm not on anybody's Facebook. I'm not on any forums, just simply because I learned a long time ago. For me, Facebook, social media is nothing but a hostile shit show environment. So I just don't do it. You know, just like when I did a couple of videos showing how you can remove some of the metal on the inside of the grip frame right here in these Remingtons and create a little bit more space for your grip to be a little more comfortable. And immediately somebody left a comment, "Oh, you just ruined a perfectly good gun." I blocked you because I'm not putting up with that crap. I'm just not. Okay? I've lived too long to be able to care about the shit shows that go on in these forums. That's why I don't clickbait nothing. I don't use a fancy thumbnail to grab your attention, because that's just not who I am. I don't need... My life isn't dependent upon views, likes, and clicks. It's just simply not. Okay? What I have is information that is useful. And if you find it useful, I hope that you would give it a thumbs up and share it with your bestest of buds. And if you don't, just simply move on. For instance, I've said before on this channel, if you've got a cap and ball revolver that's not hitting the point of aim, then make it hit the point of aim, perhaps by even installing a Remington front sight, a driftable sight, so you can make it hit the point of aim. Because we all know these Colt type revolvers are notorious for shooting high, shooting a little to the left, shooting a little to the right. You can overcome that, okay? Now, I already know somebody's thinking, well, that's not period correct. Samuel Colt didn't do that. Colt didn't find it necessary to do that. Today, we do not use these guns in a military long-range application. For us, we're shooting 30 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards is a long range for one of these things. I watched one the other day, a guy was shooting his cap and ball, I think it was an 1860 Army at 75 yards. He only hit the target twice out of 3 cylinders. They're not for that. These things are for up close and personal work, as I've mentioned before. So, if you have one that's not hitting the point of aim, get a Remington front sight, dovetail it in. It's not difficult, okay? And if you've got one of these 62 pocket police and it's subject to a ton of cap jammings, well, you can do one of two things. Buy a secondary spring, or do what I did. Since I have the ability, I made a secondary spring just to see if it was going to work. When it comes to slick shots, I demonstrated on this channel how to drill through these cones and make your own slick shots. Okay? And if you guys have been watching this channel for any length of time, you can see that I rarely really have a cap jam, because I've resolved those issues. Okay? Same thing with my ASM 51 Navy. I dovetailed in a Remington front sight. Now, if you think this isn't period correct, well, I would kindly ask you to go to Mike Belloview's channel, Duelist 1954. He has an original 62 pocket police that has a Remington front sight dovetailed in. So excuse the interruption. That was my brother asking about atlatls. So I'm going to do another video on atlatls here pretty soon. But the point that I want to get back to is when it comes to your cap and bar revolvers, you have the ability, or there's enough videos out there to show you how you can make these things hit the point of aim. Okay? And I've mentioned before, you know, I've watched these guys do videos saying, well, I got to work up a load. I don't work up a load. I want these guns, and in particular, since this is a 51 Navy, 20 grains, I'll shoot it, and then I'll adjust the front sight to hit the point of aim with 20 grains. And I do the same thing, or I did the same thing, with this Remington Sheriff's model, 35 grains. And unfortunately, this one hits the point of aim. All I had to do, I mean, as far as your windage, but I just had to work the front side down just a little bit. So this is really one of the only guns that I have that I picked up, put 35 grains in it, and it just hit a little high, but it was in direct line with the bullseye. Okay, so again, you have the ability to make these things hit the point of aim, and you know, for me, I don't have to work up a load. I know that I want to shoot 30 grains or 20 grains, and then I just adjust the sight for the point of impact. It's not difficult. So anyhow, I'm gonna leave it at this. I hope you glean something for this, but more importantly, I hope this video helps you if you have a 58 Remington Sheriff's model, how you can easily remove this front pin. Hope you give it a thumbs up and share it with your bestest of buds, and we'll catch you in the video with the atlatl. Bye.